All right, so it's Cooper Rommel here with KTAR News. I'm here with Steve Tuttle from TASER International. They've got a new product. Steve, tell us a little bit about it.
We have the new TASER Pulse. The new TASER Pulse is a consumer version of our TASER. We've been selling to consumers since 1994. One of the downsides that we've had with that product, it's always been too big. So one of our biggest requests from our customers has been to make it smaller. This is the smallest TASER that we've made yet. And this actually is very, very compact, and we actually call it in the subcompact shape. I can put this in my pocket very, very easily, and you can't see it. I can also put this in my hip pocket, and we all carry cell phones back there, so you can see just how small that is. It's comparable to like the size of a little bit bigger than an iPhone, and it's extraordinarily easy to use. We've sold over 250,000 TASER weapons to the consumers, but again, they wanted it smaller. This is our latest version, TASER Pulse, and we just debuted this at the Consumer SHOT Show in Las Vegas last week.
Awesome. So Steve's actually going to teach me how to use this, give me a little training. Walk me through the steps. So we've got the cartridges here. Let's start from the beginning. How do I get this thing ready to be deployed to use in self-defense?
When you purchase the kit, you actually get 2 of the shots. These are called the cartridges. You get the TASER Pulse. And what we're going to do is do a very quick training session here, and I want to show you just how simple it is to do. Now, underneath this is the training kit. There's a target. We give you instructions on where to get more training. We want you to do thorough training with this. We're going to make this very simple and short to show you just how simple it is. What you do is you take your device, it's got the battery already put in there, and you want to acquaint yourself with what's called the safety. Right now, this safety is on. It's down this way. It's on both sides. It's an ambidextrous safety. When you want to turn this device into the active mode, you flip the safety to the off position. What that does is it powers up back here, letting you know it's live, and it also turns on LED lights and also activates the laser. The laser is important because it's an aiming device that tells you where the top probe goes. Now, I can arc it without this cartridge, and you'll see it arc, and I can turn it off by putting the safety back on. If I want to use this as a type of drive stun or a stun gun as we call it here, you'd have to press this directly against somebody. It does not have a cartridge in this mode. It's a pretty powerful tool as a defensive measure, but you have to get up close and personal. That's a backup only. What we want to do is load it with a cartridge. You can do it with your finger and push it in like this, or you can also depress it and push it in with a table here. Okay, it's very simple. Now that I've got this, I treat this like a firearm. I'm aiming it upwind or uprange at this point, and I'm going to then have it aimed at the person here. Now what I do is take that safety, I put it to the safety off position, and I just simply pull the trigger here. If I do that, you'll hear a bang, and you'll see a probe go out with attached by wire to where that top little laser is. At the downward side, there's a second cartridge. That second cartridge goes down an 8-degree downward angle. Now that's important because we need both to either stick to clothing or skin. Now, that's just the basic rudiments. I'm going to hand you this. I'm actually going to hand you one and practice one time turning on the safety on and off and sparking it. Now this does not have a cartridge in it, so it won't fire, but it will zap. Keep your finger away from the front. Now flip the safety to the off position. You see that it's turned green, pull the trigger, and that would run for 30 seconds. Okay? You can let go of that button, it runs automatically. Now to turn it off, push the safety back to the on position. Safety's on, it turns it off. Same thing, but now have you load a cartridge, so put that in there, and you can use the table or you can push it in. Okay, now it's loaded. Now we have a live weapon, so what I want you to do is I want you to put the safety back up. So the safety is off. Now this is a live weapon, and I want you to aim a little bit higher and just to the left. Okay, and if you pull that trigger, you're gonna feel a bang, but there's no recoil at all. That's important, but you will feel a bang. Go ahead.
Do I need any earmuffs right now? Is
No,
it that loud?
no, not that loud, but it's a nice surprising little sound like that. Now that's the beauty of it. Anywhere you hit this person on the body, it's going to be effective. You could hit him in the elbow, the shoulder blade, the kneecap, the arm, the hand, as long as both probes go. Now watch how it's still going. Now what I want you to do is gently place it on the ground. And you'll notice it changes its pulse rate and keeps going back and forth. Now what you could do is leave this behind. You let it do the work for you. This is our zone of safety here. This is also our window of opportunity that we gave you 30 seconds to get the safety and call 911. This guy will recover, but that's a long time to go with a TASER application. He'll be tired. He's not going to be coming after you. Now, the first thing everybody says is, why am I leaving that behind? Well, we bought you time to get out of a dangerous situation, but we'll replace this for free. If you lose this in this confrontation, if you lose this device, we'll replace this for free as long as you get a police report and you use this in self-defense.
Now, I noticed some confetti as well. You kind of explained that earlier. Tell me about that process.
You bet. Now, what we have here is pink and yellow confetti. We call that AFID, A-F-I-D, short for anti-felon identification. What that does is spreads out all over. There's a bunch over there. They go all over the place. These are business cards. When you purchase this, we know who you are. We've got your credit card information, your address. We now make you responsible for this particular cartridge. You're responsible because what it's done is it's left all your business cards at the scene, about 20 to 30 of those. Now, if you were to use this for nefarious purposes, to maybe rob somebody, you've left all your business cards at the scene there. That law enforcement just simply grabs one of these things, looks at the number, contacts TASER International, we know who did this. So this keeps the forward action of this device safe and effective. In Arizona, you can buy these directly from us. It doesn't require a background check here in Arizona, but some states actually require a background check, and we can do that. Some states require an FID card, firearms identification card. But most states you can purchase this directly from us. It's legal to carry as long as you're 18 years of age.
So someone seeing this right now, they want one. How much does it run for, and where can you get it?
Okay, the kit itself, again, comes with the TASER Pulse and 2 of the cartridges and the training and the target at an introductory price of $399 right now.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Steve.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Good shot. Now, how was it hard to learn?
You know, no, it took all 10 seconds. It was very easy. A little bit surprising how loud it was. A little bit more than I expected, but
okay. But no recoil?
No recoil at all, and it was very comfortable.
Okay. Now, when you fired that, did you see where the probes went? See, they went some of the body. You can pull these back. They stick to clothing or skin. Now, as long as they get within 2 inches of the body, this completes a circuit of positive and negative energy, and it causes these 19 muscle contractions per second. The person can't do any coordinated action, and they will fall right to the ground. Now, it's not going to permanently harm them, but that's a good 30 seconds for you to get the safety. That's a 30-second period of time where that person's going to be exhausted.
And I want to talk a little bit more about it's not going to harm them, because there are some misconceptions out there, as we've spoken about before, that this could harm someone. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, the first thing that comes up is that you're using electricity. And so obviously this is electricity here, but you have to look at that electrical pole here. It's extraordinarily low current. So the beauty of that current is that it's very low current. So you're looking at very few joules of energy that's going out there. So your body and your cardiac tissue is not going to be affected by this. It's, you look at a cardiac defibrillator is about 1,000 times more powerful than this. It's a magnitude more powerful than this. And we're just simply using 2 lithium CR123 batteries, or the stubby AA batteries you find in a Canon or a Nikon battery pack of a photographer's kit. It's very simple to use, but very low power. Now, but it's just enough of that power to cause your muscles to contract. Now, if we do that 19 times per second, you start doing this, and from a distance, it almost looks like you lock up and fall over. And the way that we do that is we get one probe out there that's positive, one's negative, the opposites attract, your body's nice and conductive, and we're just sending the energy just slightly below your skin, causing these muscle contractions.
So the probes do pierce the skin?
They can, and let's take a look at those. A lot of people get a little bit fearful of these because they do have a sharp edge on it. It's a number 8 straightened fishhook. That is the best effective way to get these to stick to clothing. Now, you'll never feel these penetrate skin. I've been hit by it. We just had about 117 employees do this last week. Nobody feels this. When you get to right about here, the electrical juice is already jumping into you. That's all you feel is a quick contraction. You can't do any coordinated action. It's very disconcerting to not be in control. As a triathlete, and I always feel like I'm in control. When I get hit by this, the first couple seconds it's okay, but I don't like being out of control after that because you can't do anything, and you're like, oh, but I can always overcome this. You can't. All we want to do is get this person to be incapacitated temporarily so you get time to get out of a dangerous situation.
And so as soon as the pulse stops, are you still hurting at that point in time?
Well, there's no pain to it. Now, some people, the first day, if you watch YouTube videos, they'll say, oh, the worst pain of my life. That's usually the natural reaction that you don't know how to describe it. Later on, if you ask those same people how painful was it, they'll probably have a completely different set of words. because it's really mind-boggling to try and figure out what happened to you, because you've never had anything similar like this happen to you. People say, well, yeah, maybe I stuck my finger in a light socket. That's totally different. That's an enormous amount of current. It's very dangerous. This is totally different. We're contracting your muscles 19 times per second with direct DC energy. I mean, it's very weird. Picture a funny bone, maybe going off 19 times per second. It's not the worst pain, but it's very uncomfortable. So I found it very disconcerting and very uncomfortable. No permanent damage. The only thing you need to be concerned about, you could hit somebody in the eye. That's obviously a concern. Other than that, even if you get a shot in the head, it's not an ideal shot. It's not going to cause permanent harm to the brain or anything like that. So what we want people to do is aim for the big, large target mass of the body. Ideally, if you can hit right below this area here, what you're doing is getting one in the core, big muscle group, and one, if we can get anywhere besides anything around here, big muscle groups, big nerves. If we do that, that person's really going to get an extraordinary lockup. And that's where you see those people that lock up straight and fall down, because we're getting their lower body and their upper body. You see people that fight through it. We've all seen people, this guy's taser proof. Watch the videos. When you hear that really loud clacking, that means it's arcing in the air, it's not arcing in the body. When this hits a human body, it's actually very quiet. So when we have those extraordinary ineffective deployments, it usually means you've missed. So you do need to have both of these hit. Otherwise, you get those great melodramatic videos where it shows a guy that's taser proof. It's not the case. That's why that taser backup is very important. If you miss, the front of that becomes a very powerful stun gun. So that's your backup should you miss.
Awesome. Well, Steve, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.